What up, though? It's your boy Bandit, and this is episode 37 of Detroit What Up, though, where we talk Lions, Tigers, Pistons, and Red Wings. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. We're gonna look close to our mark. I think we're 51 away. When we get to the 500 subscriber mark, we will be getting a free Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, or Lions jersey. But you know what we gotta do when we start off every show. Introduce people I got on my panel. My top analysts, starting with y'all know who here all the time. Paul.
What up, Doe? How's everybody doing? Hopefully we can. As you can tell, I'm a Red Wings fan, so I am not in the best of moods right now. So, yeah. Welcome to another What Up, Doe?
Yes, sir. Also, we got our analyst, our expert, especially in the Detroit Pistons. And
Good with you. How y'all doing? What up, though?
it's good with y'all, man. How y'all week been going, man?
Good Lord, let me get from Monday to Friday. I'm all right, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's start off with a little basketball news. That's why I got you on here first. JB Biggerstaw, man, Coach of the Year, man.
For me, yes.
Go ahead.
For me, yes. All right. And this is not because he's the coach of my team either. Everybody knows I'm non-biased when it comes to those aspects. I'm just saying, let's look at the body of work for anybody who's a legitimate candidate. I don't see how it's not JB Bickerstaff. I mean, you're coming in, taking over a team that was historically bad last year. Historically bad, top to bottom, a dumpster fire. You're coming in with a couple guys. You make a few signings in the form of Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, whatnot, and some young dudes. And now you're telling me you're literally vying for the fourth spot in the East. And right now, if the season ends, they're in the playoffs. They're not even in the play-in. I don't know how anybody makes a case that anybody else but JB Bickerstaff is coach of the year. Kenny Atkinson, I know Kenny Atkinson may ultimately be the one who wins it, but you had a ready-made team. You know, you should be winning that many games with that kind of talent on your team. That the Cavs are loaded. Boston is loaded. OKC loaded. All these teams are loaded. What JB has managed to do, and honestly, the point is with JB, he's beaten a lot of these top teams.
Yes, sir.
But he's beaten a lot of these top teams when you have one all-star on your team. Everybody else is a role player. Everybody else is this is where I look at Detroit's makeup right now, and I've said this multiple times. The question had to be asked this season, and we're still, I'm leaning more towards where we actually have a core now. But until I see the end of the season, how we conclude this season, do we have a core or do we have a cave? Right now, all these guys are, solid vets with the pulse and high-end prospects. Ron Holland's a high-end prospect. Prospect. Asar is a high-end prospect. Though he's starting to solidify himself, especially as he gets back into game shape, and then they lifted his minutes restriction as they did apparently today. He can actually play a full game now. But he still has to get out on the court and produce a whole season of body of work. We're seeing that. You only have one star. You have Malik Beasley, who's come around. Tobias Harris, both solid veteran additions. With what JB is working with, I don't understand. I don't see how anybody else has a case, to be very honest with it, to beat him out for coach of the year.
You know, one person that do agree with you and who's taking a lot of slack this week, your man Stephen A. Smith.
Said that J.J. Redick for the Los Angeles Lakers is a coach of the year candidate. I did not say he's coach of the year. J.B. Bickerstaff is the coach of the year. I can't believe, I am shell-shocked at what I have seen from Detroit. I'm so happy for Malik Beasley. Cade Cunningham, this brother's averaging over 25 a game. He's averaging over 9 assists per game. This brother is special. Former #1 overall pick, 11th in the NBA in scoring, 3rd in assists, okay? I just told you about Malik Beasley. You're looking at the Pistons. They're 6th seed in the Eastern Conference right now. They would avoid the play-in. This is a year after they went 14-68 with a 28-game losing streak, okay? I'm looking at that. I'm looking at them ending a 12-game skid against Boston 2 nights after ending a 10-game skid against the Clippers. And I
agree. He's 100% correct. All those guys that he mentioned, prior, ready-made teams. You should be winning that many games in scenarios like what JJ Redick has. You should be winning those many games in scenarios with what Kenny Atkinson has. When you have LeBron and Luke on the team, you should be winning games. Period. So when you have Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, D. Mitch, Garland, and a deep bench, you should be winning games, especially in the East. You feel me, man? You should be winning games with some of these teams. Detroit, I'll be very honest with you. I think if that was any other coach, we're not in this position. And not only that, but the development of the players. We're not just going out there and executing a game plan. These young guys are getting better. They're actually starting to come into their own as players. What up, Drew? Drew, click the link and get on the show, Drew. Come on, man. But yeah, man, those guys, should be winning games. JB, let's be very honest with you. On paper, if somebody was examining and looking over the roster prior to the season starting, who would guess that they would be sixth in the East right now? With those guys,
nobody at all.
Nobody, especially dealing with injuries. Lost our starting two guard.
You had the worst record in the NBA last in history.
Yep. And the thing is, we go on a 8-game win streak, despite the fact our starting two guard is down. We're beating teams, despite the fact Tobias has also been out as well. So two of our starters are gone, and we're beating teams with bench guys, barely rotational players. Like, come on, man, it's JB by a mile.
Absolutely, Chris.
Yeah, I can't see. Maybe there's a close second, but there's just what he's had to work with and where he started from. It's night and day. Look, the coach that we had last year was supposed to be good because he's won before and nothing happened. And so now we get a few extra players, nothing great. It's not like we brought in top 10 talent, top 5 talent in the league, and all of a sudden we're just going off. No, we didn't. We didn't. People didn't want to come here because of how bad we played last year. And we're in the 6th seed. The change of pace, it's unheard of. I don't know who else could possibly put up a better resume for Coach of the Year. I can't. We're only 2 games out of the 4th seed. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy you talk about the 4th seed. That was my next topic. Kincaid and the Pistons get in that top 4 seed and get home court advantage in the Eastern Conference. Let's start with you.
Yeah, we'll need a few things to happen. We'll need a few dominoes to fall into place. Milwaukee's doing well right now. They're actually starting to hit form. I think the Kyle Kuzma addition made that a little bit more difficult to get all the way up to 4 because he's really gelling with the team very quickly. What up, Drew? I think we can get to 5th realistically. 4th, I think, is, I wouldn't say it's a stretch, but it will be a challenge, definitely. But either way, here's the thing with this. So either way, so let's so the season ends now. Okay, so you get to the play-in. 1 plays 8. Cavs play the Hawks. 2 plays 7. Celtics play the Heat. 3 plays 6, and then that's the Knicks. I think we could beat the Knicks in 6 games.
So do I. I've been saying that for about a week now. The Knicks, we beat them by 5 or 6 one game and by 9 another game. We've beaten them both games this year.
Exactly.
I believe we do. The only drawback is we don't have much experience in the playoffs, so that's the only drawback. But I absolutely believe that we can beat the Knicks.
Yeah, I agree. It's the thing, though. So I look at some of these matchups. People want to we want to get to a point where we can host a game. There's a couple scenarios to look into with that. Number one, the Pistons have a better road record than they do a home record this year. So I actually don't think that the home court advantage matters in this capacity. JB will have them ready to play, and those young guys want to win. I think a home court can be a tad bit overrated. At the end of the day, whoever has the best attitude is ready to play, that's going to win the game. Number two, if you look at as I said, some of these scenarios, some of our better matchups happen if we stay at 6. As I said, with the Knicks, different things like that. And in a couple of those scenarios, like say if we play the Pacers, right? There's the Pacers and the Knicks are two teams I can actually see us winning the series. And I'll be very honest with you. I would not be surprised if the Knicks lost in 5 to the Pistons. And I'll tell you why. In that matchup, and we've seen this now, you have to ask yourself, who's the best player between both teams? Same thing with the Pacers. Who's the best player between both teams? And you could realistically, especially this year, say it's been Cade Cunningham. And so when you look at that, when you don't have an answer for the other team's best player, it's hard to win the game. The Knicks don't have an outright answer for Cade. We've seen this twice. They have, and here's why I think, and this is why I actually don't mind staying at 6 and playing the Knicks. The Knicks have some of the best perimeter defenders in the entire NBA. You've got OG Anunoby, man. You've got Josh Hart, man. You've got Mikal Bridges. It doesn't really get much better than that, especially you have that in the starting lineup. And then every time Cade plays these guys, he's a bull in the China shop. Every time. Every time. You beat them with Cat on the floor, too. I think their defense is starting to fall apart. And I'll be very honest with you. I think Tom Thibodeau is starting to lose that locker room. I think that team is very – I don't know if that team has I don't know if that team has got very long to be assembled the way it is, man. I think
he overplayed his players. I think he put his star player. He overplayed his players.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, because he can't coach.
Right.
That's what Tom Thibodeau has shown time and time again. He can't coach. He can't make adjustments. He can't form any kind of exclusive game plans. He's going to play the Tom Thibodeau style of offense and defense, and that's it. And I really would actually like a first round matchup with the Knicks. Okay, can go ahead and be averaging 30 at Madison Square Garden. I really do.
I'm gonna ask Drew and be sure since they first came in, since they first now coming in. Same question: can Cade and the Pistons get into that top 4 in the Eastern Conference? Eastern Conference.
Well, I think they can. I got them going to the 5th spot. Halliburton just got hurt, so I can see. Yeah, he got hurt a couple nights ago. Yeah, he didn't play last game. He got a hip flexor.
Okay. That's 4 games then.
Yeah, so I can see them sticking in that 5th spot. And Milwaukee, they hit and miss, so I don't believe in them. So it's a possibility that they could get the 4th spot.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the last 10 games, I mean, Milwaukee's making a little run right now. The Pacers have been 6-4. They're kind of fading out, and so are the Knicks aren't that good either. I mean,
overrated. Yeah,
the Pistons have the season series right now, 2-1. So, I mean, yeah, I think they can move up a couple of spots. But I'm with you though, Ed. I don't want them to be. I want them to play the Knicks.
I do. I think it's a more favorable matchup, even though they don't have home court. I do. I think even if they play Milwaukee, if they move it to the 5th spot, right? Who's the best player between the two teams? It's Giannis still. Kids still got a little minute. He's got that 1-2. You got to put another extra year of work in. You can't just put him over Giannis right now. It's Giannis still. So you still have to favor the Bucks just from a logistic standpoint. Now, do I believe that those guys are ready to play and take it from them? And do I believe that JB will have them prepared? Absolutely. But as I said, in just terms of favorable matchup, I would actually rather them play the Knicks, even though they don't have home court. Because I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah, I mean they could switch. I mean the Knicks could be a catastrophe and fall to the 6th, and Pistons can move up to 3rd, and they can play them that way.
And take an astronomical fall off, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Yeah. Chris, I ain't forgot about you. You think the Pistons get in that top 4?
Yeah, I do. I was looking at the strength of schedule the rest of the way. We're about 14th in the league. The Knicks are 15th. So we have about the same strength of schedule the rest of the way. Glad it's not great or too bad, but I think we have the opportunity to play. But I'm with the guys, man. I would rather stay 6th, but it benefits JB Bickerstaff for Coach of the Year if we get to the 4th seed. Like that would just make it look even that much better for Coach of the Year. So, yeah.
All right, Chris. I'm sorry. We got to do it, Chris. We got to talk about it. Red Wings, man, on the 5th game, 5-game losing streak, man.
Mm.
What is going on with the
I've been
Wings?
saying it since before the Four Nations. We
Sure
need a veteran defenseman, like badly. Like we're leaking like a sieve. We need a defenseman badly. We lost Rasmussen for a while, for a few games. That really hurt. We lost Alex Staub, the center, forward, for the season. We picked up in a trade with Chicago, which was basically a nothing trade. We got back Peter Mrazek, goalie, who used to be with us from his rookie season, and we picked up Craig Smith, who is a center. He's okay. Not there's nothing. I mean, he will help the third line, maybe the second line. I mean, and we gave up Joe Velino. Believe it or not, most people like the fact that we got rid of Velino because he did nothing. So, but this is not a win or a loss. This is just a lateral move. And we lost the fifth game tonight to Caps 5-2, and we got it. We started out good. We were up 2-0, and we just lost that. It's I don't know. I mean, I'm an Eisman fan. Watched him when I was a kid. Did great things in Tampa. In April 19th will be his 6 years in the Wings. We've gone from like worst team in hockey to a close to playoff team. But the last couple of years, it's been marginal movement. And if we don't make the playoffs this year, it'll be a step back. So I don't know what to tell you guys. We got to hope, and we still got the worst schedule. We have the toughest
schedule. Yeah.
Very tough.
Yeah, and the Panthers just got better because they just got Brad Marchment.
Yep.
Yeah.
And whatchamacallit just got Mikko Rantanen. So everybody, a lot of teams got better. And that doesn't bode well for us at all.
I hear you.
It's not looking good at all.
Yeah, you can't give up four goals in the third period and think you're going to win many games.
No.
That was just ridiculous. That's just bad defense.
We lost to the Utah Hockey Club. Like, they don't have a freaking name. We lost to the Utah Hockey Club. I mean,
it's like ever since that Four Nations break, bro, it's like we have bad team chemistry, bro. Like, our puck play has just been bad, bro. Like, missing wide open people or
like
not shooting the puck when you're supposed to.
If you would have went to sleep at the 20th game of the season, then woke up today, and I told you we were on a 5-game losing streak, you would have told me, you would have said, well, that's typical Lalonde play. I'd have told you, no, Lalonde was fired a long time ago. You would have never known. Like, we're going back to the same play we did at the beginning of the season. It's not looking good.
I got a question for the panel. And I'm gonna go through individually one by one and ask. Currently, do you still see the Red Wings making the playoffs? I'm gonna start with you first. Skrilla. This is catching you off guard.
Hell no.
Wow.
I just don't. The defense is, like I said, you can't give up 4 goals in the third period and expect to win every game. That's not happening, dude. You got to have defense, and Chris is all the way right about that. We should have got a defenseman. I don't even know what the hell we were trying to do.
So
goaltender ain't going to help us.
So I did listen to the presser today by Steve Yzerman. I went back through it just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, yippee. So good for the kid, man. He was in the minors for a long time. But he said that he really wanted to tell the fans who teams were asking for certain. So for instance, Mikko Rantanen, he is a top end guy. Okay, right? He's really good. The team that gave up 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and a player for him, and they still had to sign him to an 8-year, $12 million a year deal. Now in hockey, 12 million is like 50 million in football. Like
Supermax money.
That's and so you don't get so. Not only did you have to give up 4 picks, 2 of them which were first rounders, you had to also pay him 12 a year. The Wings I would have never done that. You'd have gotten 2 picks out of me and a player maybe, and then he would have had to take 8 to 10 million. So good luck. So Eiserman was saying that a lot of the guys that they were asking for, even first round, so there was a couple of guys that they asked about. He really wanted to tell us. He almost said it a couple of times, but he said that most of the guys that they were looking for were like third line players, maybe fourth line players. Teams were still asking for a player or a prospect and like a first round pick for third and fourth line guys. Like I don't give up even third round picks, let alone a prospect and a first for a third line guy. So that's the problem. It's the high price tag for all these teams. We're looking for prospects and picks for players. So I kind of agree with him a little bit. I think he did the right thing. I mean, he would have had to outbid on Mikko Rantanen. That's crazy. He would have had to give up 5 picks and a player to outbid the other team. That's unheard of. That's crazy. That's Connor McDavid type stuff.
Uncle Drew, you got the Red Wings making the playoffs?
No,
Damn.
that defense is horrible.
Yeah.
No. And piggyback off what Chris said, here's the thing though. As much as I like Steve, man, and as much as I respect Steve Eiserman, I find it hard to believe we couldn't make a deal for a Gudis or a Provorov. I'm not buying that 100%. Even a Ferraro would have been a decent get or something. You get what I'm saying? Just a solid vet to shore up that line. I don't believe we're getting on the phone with Anaheim and they're asking for a prospect plus picks for Gudis. I don't believe that. I don't buy that. Like the guy's 34. He's a solid vet. You're not going to get a prospect plus picks for that guy, but it's something that we would need. I don't know what's driving those price tags in NHL, but I don't know if I just don't know if I all the way believe what Steve was selling right there with that. I don't, and I just think we failed to get a guy that we needed. As I said, maybe Provorov I could see being a little bit expensive, but some of the other guys, man, I don't know if I all the way believe Steve. The point is, it just didn't get done. And that's what we needed to do. And I think Chris has hit the nail on the head from he's been saying this for months now, guys. Like if we don't shore up the defense, we're not going anywhere. We didn't do it, and that's it. We had a chance, we had our window, didn't get it done.
And you know what? I mean, I agree with you. Like I still like even though I spit what he was talking about, I can't all the way believe what he has to say because he's coach. He's a general manager. He's gonna say stuff to appease the fans as much as possible. I agree with you there. You also got to remember you got to take 2 to tango. So if they weren't even offering him up, a call means nothing. Like you call and whatever, but that doesn't mean they were giving him up. So
that's true.
I don't know. But at the same time. How many teams did you call and how many different players? Because the problem that Steve Eiserman has is he focuses on only certain players and that's it.
Exactly. For instance, Chris, let me ask you this, man. Do you believe? I'm gonna ask a very specific team question. Do you believe that Steve called the Canadians?
Probably not.
Because I guarantee you that does not take that much to get a David Savard. It does not take that. They're not asking for that. The guy's on the last year of his deal, and they're going to he's going to walk for nothing. Like, come on, man. I don't buy it, man. I just don't buy it.
And you know what's funny is he did have an excuse for that too. He's smart. He actually had a smart. So what he said. So dude is very versed in public speaking. So what he said is he goes, listen. The guys we were looking for and the guys that were available, we whatever we were trying to get for them were either too expensive or they weren't going to be here for a long time. That is translated to they're on their final year of their contract. He wants a guy that's halfway decent, that makes an average amount of money, that still has a couple more years left on his contract. That's what he wanted.
So if that's the case, you want like a Bowen Byram or something like that.
That's the guy I wanted. That is the guy I would want.
But then again, how old is Bowen Byram? 24, 23, 24?
Yeah, 24, 25. Yeah, something like that.
Okay, then you give up something to get him. The kid's good.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
And that grows with your team, so you got to give up something to get him, and he's good. So if he wanted a guy like that but didn't want to pay him and didn't want to end up the capital to get him, he was never serious then. You're not going to get something for nothing.
Exactly. That's the guy I wanted was Byram. I wanted Byram from the beginning.
Hey, let me ask you guys something.
Yeah.
Listening to Steve Yzerman, does he remind you of another GM in this city? Does he remind you of another? Brad Holmes. You know Brad Holmes does the same thing.
We ain't gonna do that. We gonna talk about that because
but Brad actually goes out and gets a guy, man. Steve, he got a better track record than Steve.
So
he drafts better. Brad drafts better, but he doesn't. The free agency thing, he's got to.
So hockey
gotta have a book about.
Hockey is, if you want to align a sport with hockey, baseball is the closest one. Basketball and football, there's no comparison. You can turn a football team around in a couple of years because the guys that come out of the college ranks immediately play, or they're back up. They're affecting the team immediately.
Yes.
You can have 5 drafts in a row and only 3 players in all 5 of those drafts are even going to affect the team in the first 5 years. It's because they're all prospects. They're 18 years old. They're not even ready. So
I'm not comparing the sports. I'm just saying I'm just comparing the GM's characteristics. That's what I'm just saying. I know the sports are totally different. So yeah, but I'm just comparing the characteristics. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you're talking about like, so one guy asked like, hey, so when do you think when are you going to make a splash play? Like what time of frame is that when you're, and I'll tell you what, I hate the word splash because what does it mean? Because how many splash plays other than the one we had to make up because Hutch
you got that drip. I mean that wet.
How often
hit the net and it's just you don't hear no sound.
You don't make splash plays like
that's that splash.
Splash to me means you want a big name, not a big player necessarily. So we just don't do that. And Yzerman's not going to do that. I can guarantee you that. He ain't going to get a guy that makes $12, $13 million. That is okay or a little bit better. Like I think what he's waiting for is when we're ready to make a Stanley Cup run. That's when he would go. Like if we were already in the playoffs last year, and then this year we were ready to go deep, I think he would have gone after Mikko Rantanen. But we're not even touching that yet.
We won't be touching that if we don't get no defense. That's for sure.
I mean, okay, so here's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about in the background. And one thing happened at the beginning of this year before the season started is we tried to get a guy from Tampa for the Wings, and Chris Ilitch refused to sign. He didn't even call back Steve Yzerman. Like he didn't even receive a phone call back. Yzerman asked him, hey, I got a chance to get God, who was it at the beginning? I can't remember the guy's name. Very good player, veteran, but very good. And he never got a phone call back from Chris Ilitch, so he couldn't sign him. He had to sign a bunch of other guys that are trash. So we can't forget that we got Chris Ilitch in the background not paying for shit. We know that from the Tigers, too. The Tigers don't sign big shit anymore. I mean, that is the issue, too. So you've got a coupling of Steve Yzerman having to work trying to work his deal and being specific on players, which sucks. And you've got Chris Ilitch in the background saying, yeah, I ain't going to pay more than like X, Y, and Z. Like, dude, you're handcuffing the GM. So
I think Chris Village is basically a Tigers guy. He's not a Red Wings guy like his father was. So he pays more attention because the Tigers did try to go out and make splashes this season, trying to get some players. But yeah, he doesn't pay attention to the Red Wings as much as he does the Tigers. So yeah, he's not his father, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure, definitely. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's got two really good teams that you just. That's the thing. Like money begets money. Like you gotta, if you invest, they do well, they're gonna make money because people are gonna come and see them. Like you can't be tentative with that. You can't go, well, I'm making money. I'm afraid if I put all this money into them, like I'm not gonna make the profit. Fucking do it, man. Sports teams make you money, man. Just.
Yeah, I mean, if you win, yeah, if you're winning, I mean, yeah.
I mean, regardless, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest. But
yeah, it takes a combination of things all at the same time for that kind of system to work. I think the Lions are doing a pretty good job of that. I think most of the teams in our city are doing a pretty good job of that, besides the Red Wings. But the Tigers are doing pretty good. I think that the Pistons are doing good. They got a bunch of young guys. They got a good coach to coach them up. Same thing with the Lions. I mean, a couple hiccups here and there, but they're on their way. And I think they're building for the future. And I think I think Steve Yzerman, in a sense, is trying to do that as well. But the point, he's trying to be too Scotty Bowman. That's what he's trying to do to me. And it's, the fact that Scotty, over the time that they, the Red Wings became a powerhouse, they did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They started off with draft picks. That's how Steve Yzerman got on our team. You know what I'm saying? So over the course of time, and then they started adding all the big names, Brett Hall, those kind of players. So, I mean, I don't know what
you
Steve
might be
Yzerman
right. You might be right.
6 years?
What? Yeah, 6 years as of the 19th of April. So this is how I see it. I think once we get into the playoffs, you'll start seeing better veteran players getting like they did back then, and then they will sustain a playoff run every year. Whether they make it all the way, do not know, but they will start feeding in like high-end players and supplementing the prospects. It's just a cycle like that. But I mean, a lot of us don't remember the Dead Wings. From the 80s, they were trash. You think a team now is
terrible.
Woo, they're really bad. When
Chris, before we move on, I gotta ask you a question, right? Since we're talking about how cheap, Illich is, and Eisman wanted to make a deal for I guess a guy who ready to contend, right? So let me ask you this. I asked the whole panel. Colorado calls. They said Cale Makar is available. What do you give up to get him?
Who?
Makar.
Makar?
Yeah. What do you give up to get him? He says he's available. He wants out. He wants out. He said he wants out. He calls Steve. What do you give up? Yeah, to me, I look at this like a Myles Garrett thing, because you're talking about Cale's got to be a top. If Cale's not top 10 or top 5 in anybody's list, they don't know what they're talking about with hockey. So you, in this, how old is Cale? 24, 25, 26, maybe.
He's a youngster. Yeah.
So that's foundational. That's foundational. So once again, if we're talking about ready to go, make a run. To me, I think that Steve is. I get where you're coming from, and you're right, but I just think the mindset, it doesn't work, because you got to go out and actually get the pillars to build upon. You know what I'm saying? For people to actually be interested, sometimes you have to take a step back to take a step forward, and we have capital. So I'm just saying, if a guy like that becomes available, what would you give up to get him? Because I look at like this a lot, like I look at the Myles Garrett or Max Crosby situation with the Lions. If you can go out and get those guys, you go out and get them, because nobody you're drafting is better than those top 5 players for the next 5 to 6 years.
Correct. So he has. So if we were to sign him, if we were to sign him this year, he's still he is a very, very reasonable contract, which I would love. He only makes $9 million a year for the next 2 seasons after this one, and then he's unrestricted free agent. So they'll probably ask for a lot. They will probably, because he only makes $9 million, and he's defenseman. He's up there, and I absolutely love the guy. So I was hoping you wouldn't ask me that question because he's a defenseman, and I really
Yeah.
love him. So, I would probably give up 3 firsts for him and a player.
Yep. That's why I like Chris. Exactly. You go when that's available, you go get it. Period. Point blank.
3 firsts and a player. I'll give.
Yep.
I won't give him. I won't give him. They'll probably ask for another defenseman, so they'll probably ask for a prospect, which is Alexei Sandin Pellikka. I don't want to give him up. That's the one guy. I'll give you another defenseman. There's other prospects that we have. If they accept that prospect, another defense prospect, and the three first rounds, I'll do it.
What do you think Pellikka's ceiling is?
Huh?
What do you think Pellikka's ceiling is? Because I like him too, but what do you think his ceiling is?
Oh, he's so I've talked to Keegan because he's a little bit in more needs with him. He loves that guy. He's got better, so he has a higher ceiling than Mo Sider. But yes, he is very, very good. Very dude was like the MVP of the freaking junior championships, I think. He had more points than anybody else. Like the dude now he's a bit smaller, but his skill, he's a two-way player. So he plays defense, but he's an offensive defenseman. So he'll put points on the board too. But his projected level is above Mo Sider. And if you keep him, you were to get Makar, then you've got Edvinsson, Makar, Sider, and then next year probably maybe Pellikka comes up or the year after. You got 2 solid above average, like great line defenseman pairings. And then you renegotiate an extension for Makar and give him $12 million a year.
To higher upside than Mo Sider, because Mo Sider is a guy in my mind. In 5 years, we're talking about top 10. That's just me. Yep. So for this kid to say this kid has a higher upside than that, we're talking about potential best player in the league.
Very, very much so.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
He's very much so. But every player, when you project stuff, that's all you have is projections until they get to the league and they adapt.
Okay.
He's in the minors. He hasn't played for Grand Rapids yet. He's played for like the juniors and stuff like that. So he hasn't had a chance. So when he gets to Grand Rapids, we'll see how he does there. If he does really well there, it's always a good projection when you get there. When you jump from like a Sweden team and you jump to Grand Rapids, now you're playing against men. You're playing against real men.
Yeah.
If you can put up some points there and play good, solid defense, if I had my choice, I'd probably knock off one of our back end defensemen and put him there now. But he's still very young, so gotta wait. But yeah, thank you for the Makar one. You don't give me goosebumps like that because I know it'll never happen. But
never.
Definitely first for him because he would get you to the playoffs. He might even get you to the second round too. So
true. That good.
All right, before we get into some Lions talk, hey, you want to let them know about you?
Yeah, what's up?
You want to let them know about the Kings of the Palace?
Oh yeah, y'all check out. Yeah, so we've been working on the project. you cut in, you cut out. My bad. Yeah, we've been working on a project, guys. Specializing in Detroit Pistons content called Kings of the Palace. Y'all check us out, man. You know, it's going to be a lot like what we have now. It's just going to be centered around basketball talk. Once again, a lot of good minds chopping up about the game. Y'all definitely check us out.
And Chris, let them know about.
So I'll let them know about that one and the one that's starting up tomorrow. So at 9 p.m. on Thursdays, me and Keegan talk about Detroit Red Wings hockey or the lack thereof. And we talk about next week. We'll be talking about the trade or once again the lack thereof from this week. We also talk about upcoming schedules and stuff. Tomorrow we are starting the second season of the Central Crown. And we'll be talking Detroit Tigers baseball. We'll probably talking a little bit about spring training and some storylines of what's going through the next few years or next few weeks. We got a few players that are like actually doing pretty good in spring training. A good one, both of them kind of old, but they're actually coming along pretty good. But yeah, Detroit Tigers Baseball Central Crown. Join us tomorrow at 7:00.
Appreciate it. All right, let's get into some Lions talk. Starting with, we had a signing in free agent. Derek Barnes. They re-signed Derek Barnes. Wish DaeDae was on here because, that's DaeDae's man. DaeDae really didn't like him at all. But Chris, start with Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew, my bad. You've been kind of quiet over there. I thought you would sleep real quick.
I gotta say one thing before we get started, man. You hear the Raiders trade for Geno?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
I kind of figured that was gonna happen. They won't get a rookie quarterback, but
Then they're gonna pick up DK Metcalf and
no, they
and
probably get
Lockie's a free agent too.
yeah, I know. That's the other guy I was talking about.
Yeah,
They're going to be called the Las
Lockett.
Vegas Sea Chickens.
Then they're going to use a 6th-round pick on Genty, and then they're going to have a good possibly.
Bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
There you go.
Bam.
Yep.
There you go.
Period.
But Uncle Drew, how you feeling about Derek Barnes getting re-signed?
I think it was good. He was having a career year before he got hurt.
He played 3 games in the season.
Did you see what he was putting up? I mean, he was on pace. He was dominating before he got hurt. He was one of the reasons why we had top 5 defense in those short games.
I think you just remember him from this play.
Nah.
Here comes that pressure. Mayfield in the middle, intercepted! It's Derek Barnes! It's off to San Francisco for the Lions!
No, I'm not an emotional fan. I actually know ball, so I'm talking about what he was doing on the line.
Bam! Bam!
I watched film, man. If you watch it, he before he got hurt, even the Lions were saying it. He was after Hutch, he was the second best defensive player on their team.
That was just the way I had to squeeze the video in there, and I just kind of at that right moment. You know what I mean? But Ed, how you feeling about the Derek Barnes re-signing, man?
Love it. For the same reason what Drew said. Love it. The man was having a career before he got hurt. The guy's a stud. You keep those guys. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
Especially they only got him for $16 million guaranteed.
Yeah. You keep those guys, man.
B. Skrilla.
I was kind of in between on it. Yeah, he was playing some phenomenal ball before he got hurt, but at the same time, putting together his history with the team,
with tackles,
he
Cowboys.
But again, I didn't think he was gonna. They were gonna sign him. I didn't think he was the first person they were gonna sign that they were doing. I was kind of surprised at that, but it is what it is. It's 3 years. I mean, hey, we got the core of our linebackers there. We got Anzalone. Rodrigo's coming back. You got Derek Barnes now. So, I mean, the linebacking core is pretty solid as a first string starter. So,
Chris.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I like it. But a little over $8 million a year. Not too bad. I don't know how they – I was looking at how they distributed the money. But, yeah, I mean – I like it. It's good. If he comes back and plays, obviously he doesn't get any hurt. He's going to be a good guy, and he's not going to be on that big of a deal. So I like it. I like it.
So with this,
I firmly believe if he doesn't get hurt, he's a Pro Bowler. So
yeah,
that's what I said. You get a Pro Bowler for $16 million guarantee, $8 million annual. I'd do it.
Yeah.
I got a question for y'all. So, with Derek Barnes being signed, do y'all think it's Tulsa getting to a Super Bowl, or just say the same narrative, or step back?
They still got some work to do.
Yeah, you still got work to do. I mean, all you did was keep your core. That's it.
And you gotta look at it like this. So by signing him, you sign a linebacker, but you also sign another pass rusher.
That's
So
right.
it's kind of like you sign two players for one.
There's a lot of there's a lot of value. There's a lot of value in keeping a chemistry together, and keeping continuity. Sometimes you can't put a price tag on that. So he already knows the system. He's already here.
Right.
He knows everybody. Everybody's like, they know what he has to do. They don't have to freaking tell him like, hey, this is a new system. You're not used to it. We play a different game here. Like, they don't have to go through all that. He already knows what he's got to do, and now he has motivation to do more. Because even though he got hurt, they still gave him a contract, a good contract. So at the end of the day, he's like, well, shit, like I only played 3 games and they still gave me a good contract. Shit, I'm out here to play. I'm out ride or die. So a lot of value comes into continuity and chemistry. So yeah.
All right, which we was just talking about. We need more on the defensive front. Out of the pick right here, pick of 3 people right here. Who would you choose? I'm gonna start with you, B. Skrilla. You got your pick right here. You got Myles Garrett.
I mean, if the universe was aligned, I would pick Garrett. But I don't know how good that's
Let me
going
rephrase my question. What's the more realistic person that you think the Lions will get out of these 3?
I think the most realistic would be Hendrickson
Mm-hmm.
because he'll come with a cheaper draft pick.
Yep.
It won't cost as much as Garrett, although I love Garrett. But you got to remember something. Hendrickson is 3rd active in sacks. He had 17 and a half last season. That was the lead league. The year before, he had 17 and a half sacks. The dude is a dog, and he played on a poor-ass defense. So if you can put up 17 and a half sacks on that kind of defense that they had, dude, he's a dog. I would not accept Bosa. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't even know why you put him up there, man.
You're right. That dude.
I ain't gonna lie.
Washed.
I ain't gonna lie. I stole the clip off somebody else to just, made it look like my own. But keep it real. Uncle
I
Drew.
care. He can go join his damn brother in San Francisco.
Uncle Drew, if you had your choice out of the pick, if you was the Lions organization,
I say Trey, but would you get the Bengals a 2nd round pick for Trey?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what the Bengals asking for right now. They want a low. I mean, I'm sorry, yeah, a low 2nd round pick.
A low 2nd round, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the Lions have.
So I'm taking Trey. Actually, Trey in the last 3 years is number 1 in sacks.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Looks who finally decided to get his ass above the couch.
Nah.
This is the co-host of this show.
I was busy. I was doing something. I was a little busy at the moment.
Let's be honest. He likes to make dramatic entrances.
Always the last 15 minutes just to get his credit. Ain't that some bullshit?
Hell yeah. What's up, bro? Hey, look at I got my own little segment 2 minutes into the show.
Look at that.
And I'm gonna have a clip for it next week. Here's DaeDae. But anyway.
So before I say, like, I don't know if I'm next or not, but what would y'all, in addition to who you want, what would you be willing to pay the guy that you're selecting in the way forward to? Because I was just looking at Trey Hendrickson and I wanted to see what Bistrella would say. Because if you want Hendrickson, how much would you be willing to because he's up for a contract after next.
No, say that's the other part people are failing to talk about sometimes, Chris, is it's not just trade for him. He wants to be paid, and he's going to get paid. He deserves to get paid.
Would you be willing?
He's 30.
Yeah, I give him a 2-year deal. 2-year deal.
Yeah, I would do the same.
No more than that.
I
If
think
you're gonna do that, you might as well just.
if you give him a 2-year extension, because he already has a year left, so that gives him 3 years.
Yeah.
Give him some money this year. You know what? I could get down with that.
Give me a figure.
It has to make sense.
Yeah.
So I'll say I'll give him. So let me see. What is he making? Off the top of my head, what is he making this year? Probably around 15 million, 14 million, something like that.
15.8.
15.
Way underpaid. Way underpaid.
He doesn't deserve to get paid.
Yeah, way underpaid.
Give him 2 for 30. Give him 2 for 38, 30 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get him for two for 38. This guy's probably gonna be asking for like 25, 30 per. Like
You probably
He's
think
not
it's
That's a
about
significant jump, though.
Right,
From
I
He's
think
not gonna
that's
get
when
that
he's
on the market,
pricing
though.
himself out. You're right, but I think that's when he's pricing himself off the market. I think his agent
Yeah,
talks him
he's
down.
not gonna. He's not gonna get that.
Yes, he will. Yes,
No,
he
he
will.
won't.
You got
Nah,
D his last
He
big
has
check
had.
too. He's 30 years old. How many more years he got? He's gonna want a
he's
big
30, 30 years
out.
old. No, he's not gonna play at 30-year-old just to end on $25 million a year. You're not,
right
you're not
now,
gonna do that.
Get him.
two different
You're not gonna get
websites.
him.
His current market average contract right now is about 21 to 23 million per. That's what his market value is based on two different websites, Over the Cap and Spot.
Yeah, but you see, value is determined by what somebody's willing to pay for something, and so therefore, you know, I don't think he that's what his agent will initially tell him. That's what he'll tell himself. But when push comes to shove, and you got to put pen to paper, and then you've gone ever so long without a deal getting done, you're gonna come up off that 21 million. He's not gonna get $40 million. Such guaranteed money over two.
He's been the number one
Yes,
sack leader.
Okay, which team is gonna pay him that?
Well, for the last couple of years, I mean, overall,
give me 3 teams that pays him that.
The Browns paid Deshaun Watson all that goddamn money.
That's
Okay, they're stupid. Though. We get that.
That's because the Browns are dumb.
That's a quarterback.
A real organization.
And the Browns are dumb.
It can
But
happen.
also, that's a quarterback. That's totally different.
Exactly. Quarterbacks get paid. I just want give me 3 teams that are gonna give him 40 over $40 million over 2 years. Who?
Mm-hmm.
Probably the Patriots.
Nah.
They got money.
No.
They got money to spend. Yeah. Oh
Robert
yeah.
Kraft ain't gonna get that dude that money, but okay, Patriots.
They're
Okay.
trying to win and trying to win now. They got $125 million to spend. The Patriots are going to be
Y'all
serious.
gotta think about all the stupid contracts that happened in the past too, like the Washington Redskins giving that D tackle all that goddamn money. He didn't do shit. What was his name?
Albert Haynesworth.
Ray Henderson is a guy.
That was 14 years ago.
Right.
Ray
What are you talking about, man? Like, no, that's that Ohio stuff right there.
Ray Henderson is going to be a guy who's going to be
Hold on, before y'all get
Dog, man, come on, dog. Y'all 41st. Y'all 41st in math in the State of the Union, man. I don't take that seriously.
All I'm saying is it's been dumb teams out there. Hey, listen, all I'm saying is it's been dumb teams out there that did dumb shit before. So there's a team that's going to be willing that will give him the bag, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
I also know Trey wants to win too, man. He's not going to sign with the Patriots. The Patriots need a lot more than Trey Hendrickson to win.
Yeah, they need a whole team.
I'm telling you, everybody there.
And you got to look at it like this.
It's been dumb shit done in the past before, you feel me? So don't make it seem like it only takes one.
I asked for 3 teams who gives him that contract. I got the Pats. Who else pays him that?
We don't know. We don't know.
The Cardinals
Nobody
probably. Cardinals could pay for him. They got some money to spend.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
So you think they're gonna have him in Sweat? Nah.
Nah, that ain't gonna work.
That's not
I'm
gonna
sure
work.
they're saying the same thing about us too. They're gonna have Hutch and him. No.
But no. The difference is the Lions are winning. The Bears is horrible. They lines suck. They need offensive linemen.
They upgraded. They upgraded.
They offered that bag. He coming.
And also Hutch hasn't got paid yet. Hutch is on a rookie deal.
But the Bears got that money though right now. So if they offer him that bag, you coming. Ain't that what y'all said about anybody else though? Now I'm talking crazy, or I'm looking crazy.
Nah,
So you really think they're gonna put what we're gonna say about 50 from 60 to 60 bill on 2 different ends, and their offensive line is worse routed?
You just told me 2 weeks if they back that Brinks truck up to your house, your mind get to change different ways, all right?
They've been talking and that they just signed the cornerback. You forget about him? He just got signed from the Bears cornerback. He just got the bread. So how many guys you gonna pay?
All right, I'll just say this. I believe it when I see it. That give over $40 million over 2. I believe it when I see it.
You also got to check this out too. I mean, Cincinnati might be just putting them out there to see how much his value is. Kind of like the Rams did with Stafford. They're just putting them out there to see what his value is and see if they can pay that. If they can't, then they got somebody to trade them off to. But
exactly.
I think that's what they're doing right now.
So here's the thing, though. That's what goes back to if nobody bites on that deal. He gonna resign for whatever they offer.
You know the real
Because then
issue
again,
is
that if nobody bites on a deal for a second round pick to get Trey Henderson, league leader in sacks, right? What does that mean? Your value is determined by what somebody is willing to pay you. Clearly, if they don't bite on that deal, no one's going to give you $40 million over 2 years.
Right.
That's not going to happen. So therefore, you're going to take that. You're going to take that two for 37 or 35 with a $30 million guarantee, and you're going to be happy with it because nobody's going to give you that money.
see the real issue is this though. They're doing that because Joe Burrow said he won't T back. So you did franchise T. So who gonna be odd man out? Henderson.
Well, Joe also said that he wanted Hendrickson back too.
They can't get all those. So you won't, they ain't paid Joe yet. So they can't get all.
Joe's already been paid. Joe Burrow's already been paid.
They'll listen to Joe on the offense. They ain't gonna listen to Joe on the defense because he don't fraternize with that. We'll give you T. Higgins and Chase, but somebody's got to be sacrificed on the other side. Cincinnati's just a train wreck right now.
So you really think they're gonna have the top 5
$5
receiver getting paid? You got two receivers that will be top 5 and getting paid a receiver, and Joe Burrow and Henderson for that. No.
Yeah,
Henderson is good. Henderson is good as gone, and Cincinnati don't pay nobody. Period.
Hey, Uncle Drew. Yes, they will. They just will not have any bench players. So, I mean,
Okay.
I mean, they already, Alex Kapp is already gone. He's an offensive lineman.
Yeah, and then the left tackle you just pay him from Baltimore. He getting that.
No, they let him go. They let him go. He retired. He got let go.
Left tackle.
That's right. Cap.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, Kappa got let go.
Oh, look. Okay.
No, but how are you gonna let go an offensive person, an offensive lineman, and you're trying to build? I don't see Cincinnati's.
It's Cincinnati.
It's some other shit right now.
They got to restart.
What the fuck is going on with them Ohio teams? A Bandit. What the fuck?
I don't fuck with Ohio teams in NFL.
They drinking that damn Ohio River water again.
Don't try to play me. Only drink bottled water from National Spring, goddamn boat. Don't try.
That's all that's safe.
We got the same water, man. Y'all got me.
Y'all hold state Flint. Y'all hold state Flint. That's what that is.
I squad, leave me alone. I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. What you talking about?
What the fuck's going on with football in Ohio? Anyway?
It don't make sense.
Only Ohio team I fuck with, bro, is the Buckeyes.
Every franchise on
the
the
national
the outer
championship,
limit.
but they can't beat Michigan. I don't get that one.
Yeah, listen. Y'all can't even say that.
Okay.
Who can't say nothing? You didn't beat Michigan, so we can say a whole bunch of shit.
Championship.
You can't beat us in football. You can't beat us in baseball.
The way your boy threw at the combine, man, you may as well just offer him a position on the show.
I gotta mute y'all.
The way your boy threw at the combine, well, let's go invite him to the show.
Cool.
Hey, young quarterback at Ohio State. You can come join the show. He ain't got nothing to do.
Did he not get it? We really gonna do this? Did he not get the job done?
Hey, that wasn't Ohio. That wasn't Ohio State. That was Kansas State.
Exactly.
The real Howard. Please stand up. He sure did.
At the end of the day, we got the job done.
Man, look, bro.
Hey, that's like when Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. He still won the motherfucking Super Bowl.
Hey, you won a national championship a lot more recently than Michigan has. So
you feel me?
What you mean? The year before last, bro? A lot more recently, the year before last.
How many losses did we have?
There wasn't no accusation with ours.
Zero.
Nobody saying we tricked when we got
0
ours.
losses, buddy.
But
we didn't lose to Ohio State like Ohio State lost to Michigan.
When one of y'all go back to back, then holler at me. All right.
When is Ohio State going back to back?
Huh?
What is Georgia doing?
You're talking
we got more. We got more wins. We got more wins over Alabama in 4 years than Georgia has in 19.
I'm aware of that.
You got your
national championships. That's all I'm talking about.
Well, because y'all win y'all national championships when they invented football don't mean shit. I don't want to hear
I'm telling you, man. Then look at this.
Right.
You're always gonna have a
We're the
30-year-old
we're the
quarterback.
1801 national championships. I give
They
a
always gonna have a
fuck, bro.
30-year-old quarterback. That's the Georgia
Championship's a
special.
championship.
They're
Shit.
gonna have a running
That's what I
back that
mean, bro.
don't
Don't make a
produce in
Got
difference
the
winning or
my
NFL.
losing.
honor
Shit, the
and my
Lions
Hey,
got
money.
four
Drew,
of
we were
them.
talking about this earlier, man. They're gonna have the Georgia special, running back that don't produce in the NFL, receivers that can't see the field in the NFL, a
I don't
30-year-old
give a fuck.
quarterback making his rookie debut when he's
I don't
35.
care. I don't care.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't
That's what
care.
you're gonna get.
I don't care.
Oh man. Okay. Yo, this
They do what they want.
That is Georgia football for you. Kirby Smart having a massive coronary when he gets out coached because that's what
Nah,
happens every year.
what Georgia football players do, they go out and dominate in the fucking Super Bowl and shut down fucking Pat Mahomes. So I don't
Okay.
hear it. I don't hear nothing.
Oh, hey,
Okay.
hold on. Let me ask you this: Did John Sweat go to Georgia?
No, but Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter.
No. John Smith had 2.5 sacks. He ain't from
I know
Georgia.
that. I know that.
Oh,
But
okay.
that whole D line is what I'm saying. Shut down fucking
You
Pat
picked the
Mahomes.
one player out the deal. Man, you see how Michigan playing? They be hating, bro. They put
Yeah,
one
bro.
player out
You
the
got
whole. Man,
that whole thing about you get 5-star recruits annually in your university success in terms of translating to the league is 3 dudes.
switch
3
like
dudes.
that for you.
3 dudes. They weren't even the best dudes on the
Yeah,
team.
I get it.
3
Y'all have Tom Brady.
Well,
blah blah
you
blah.
did
I
forget
don't
about
care,
Matt
bro.
Stafford. Matt Stafford is a Georgia
I
quarterback.
mean, Matt is all right, man. That's the only good quarterback that's come out of that school.
Yeah, I guarantee you that.
I don't
Everybody
care
else is a bust.
That's what got.
Like my biggest
Stetson
thing,
Bennett.
like really, like I don't like once they leave
Stetson Bennett.
once they
How old is
leave
Stetson Bennett?
once they
36?
leave Georgia, I really like I don't pay attention. Like I don't sit there and like, oh man, yeah, like I want you to succeed on your team. I don't really give a shit. Once you leave Georgia, I don't give a damn where you go.
You
Like, I
wild
don't
for
care.
that.
Let's go to the
No,
Lions.
like I don't care. Like I don't follow my guys to the NFL really, unless they come to the
I
Lions.
got to.
I don't care.
I don't. Once they get in the NFL, I could give a fuck where they went to college.
Unless they could,
Yeah, it's
really.
true.
Yeah,
Say
Unless they
Carson
come,
Beck.
unless they
different
come to
level.
the Lions, then I don't really
Carson Beck.
yeah.
I feel sorry for that young man,
It's a whole
Carson
different
Beck.
level in the
Chris will
NFL,
tell you
yeah.
this. I've never liked Carson Beck.
Yeah, he never.
Carson Beck. I feel sorry for that young man because he's a simp and he doesn't realize it. That's all right.
Okay. This is
That's all right.
irrelevant. Why are we talking about this? I don't care.
It's all right, Carson.
We got one more topic, man.
Hey! Michigan State just clinched the regular season Big Ten championship.
And
Now
they're talking about
There you go.
talking about they could rest the starters, bro, because it's just like basically an exhibition game against Michigan. It don't matter.
Yeah, well, we
Oh
need
my God, man! Come on, man. What are we talking about, man?
chance.
What are we talking about? That's how you lose it in the Big Ten tournament. What are we talking about?
I don't care if we lose the Big Ten tournament. I just want to go
I
get
don't
that.
care. We're gonna be like 2 or 3 seed, so it don't matter. So
If we lose in the tournament, we'll probably.
It
be like
does
3 or
matter.
4.
Y'all still want to get your seed up. It does matter.
it does. Yeah, he's just messing around.
What are we talking about?
Not to the extent
Look,
like if we
man,
lose a game,
I've never seen a starting center play 25 minutes a game, have 1 point, 0 rebounds, 0 assists, and 0 blocks.
You're talking about the one dude, right?
The
what's
big
the
Polish
final
boy they
score,
got.
though? Like who
Yeah,
has the most points?
Jackson
What's the final
Kohler. That's
score?
another guy you can invite on the show when he graduates.
What's how many points? Who has the most points at the end of the game? Michigan State or the other team? Because that's all I care about.
Yeah.
You
No.
know what I'm saying?
Man,
Like
there's
college athletes, I don't expect them to go out there and fucking put up massive numbers. Now, if you go out there and put up a zero burger, we do have to have a discussion.
He did.
Yeah. There's
And he took it to 260.
yeah,
He
he
couldn't
did.
get a rebound.
I'm
He
not
did.
oh, we got players that are big that should be getting rebounds and they don't. So
That's right. What's his name? Zapala or whatever? Garbage.
Zapala.
Yeah, y'all bigs are garbage, and our guards are garbage. So it's whichever one
That's
cancels
why I
out.
didn't understand the first time when we played y'all why y'all didn't just go back to your bigs. I was like, that is Michigan's advantage
That's on Dusty. That's on Dusty. To be very honest
He's
with you,
got
that's
to
on
do
Dusty.
that. What is the game? Sunday? Or is it
Yeah.
tomorrow night?
They should have continued to go to that 4 or 5 pick and roll with Wolf and Vlad, and there's no answer for that. No, your bigs cannot hold Vlad and Denny at all. It's the same thing when we just lost to Maryland last night. Our bigs bull in the China shop. Danny did what he wanted to do. Vlad did what he wanted to do. Trey Donaldson is garbage. Namari Burnett is garbage. That's a 5-star bust. Roddy Gale sound like he should be a parole officer or something. I hope he takes his education seriously, but he's from Ohio State. And so, and this to be expected. So it's garbage.
I am not a crook. For real. Shout out to my probation officer. He cool as fuck, though. All right, last topic, bro, before we head out here, man. Yeah, and I know this is a little getting off topic, but we got to talk about. You see what happened with LeBron and Stephen A?
I'm glad. Yeah,
But the crazy thing about it was what Stephen A had to say about it. He sounded like a little punk.
That was LeBron James coming up to me, unexpectedly, I might add, to confront me about making sure that I mind what I say about his son. Can't repeat the words because they ain't suited for FCC airwaves. That's what he was doing. I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because it was a one-on-one, I wouldn't say a conversation, but it was a one-on-one confrontation. But then I wake up and everybody from ESPN and my agent and everybody else were sending me that this thing had gone viral. And so ultimately it was unavoidable, and that is why I have to discuss it now. That wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father. And I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in that regard. By all accounts, he's obviously a wonderful family man and a wonderful father who cares very, very deeply about his son. And based on some of the comments that he had heard, or shall I say, I think he thought he heard, he clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it. For the record, his agent and friend, Rich Paul, has my number. Maverick Carter, who works under him, has my number. LeBron James knows how to get in contact with me if he wanted to. He never called, because had he called and wanted to talk to me, I would have accepted that call. Had he wanted to see me, I would have flown out and I would have seen him and I would have had a conversation man to man. But that is not.
Stephen A. Smith just turned into Karen. That's what he did. He just turned into Karen. My agent has his number, and LeBron has my number. I said, you know what? Be a man.
And I just felt in the moment that I had to try to identify with him as a parent.
Even had to hand over the chest. They be having to hand over the chest.
As a parent.
Man, get your
just like Karen.
Mississippi pimp suit on, man. Easter Sunday joint on. Dog, look, the bottom line is this, man. LeBron wrote his son this death sentence by saying he's better than everybody else in the league. The kid's garbage. And to be real, he's garbage. And the truth of the matter is, man, this is the thing. LeBron, and I don't throw this word around a lot because I feel it's another buzz term that people are using just to sound more intelligent than they actually are. But LeBron is the biggest narcissist walking the face of the planet right now. Mm-hmm. Everything going on with Bronny has nothing to do with Bronny. This is about LeBron's legacy. His son's life is a sacrifice to bolster his legacy. That's what's going on. And essentially, he's mad that he got called out for it in a nutshell. That's all it is. Your son's trash. You put him up here. You forced him into the league to make yourself look better. And now you're mad that everybody's at his throat. What did you expect? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you get the talking heads and the parents, the hero worshipers, the idolaters that put these dudes up on the pedestal. They've been nothing but men, brother. I ain't a fan of nobody, man. I respect men. I'm not a fan of anybody. What is fan short for? Fanaticism. That's a mental illness. That is a delusion. It is what it is. You got called out for it. You set your son up to fail to make yourself look better. You're garbage. You're trash. And it needs to be said. Point blank. The kid can't play. The kid is better at other things than he is at basketball. He could have been great in that. Why not encourage? If I see my son as a talent outside of outside of my profession, my job as a father is to just get him to be able to invest in what he is good at.
He could have been a
Now, if he can play ball like me, that's fine. But if he can't, then we're not going to force that. Son, you be great in your element.
Construction.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is. He doesn't have to walk in my shoes. I just want you to be a successful man and an upright man.
He could have been the next Van Gogh.
Oh, please. Man, come on, dog. It is what it is. Steve, and that was just Stephen A. being cinematic about it as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what he said on his
Being
show?
a drama queen.
You see what he says on his show.
Yeah, I saw what he said, man. And the thing is, Steve, hey, look, I don't know what was
whole
said
tone
back.
on his show.
What's that, brother?
He changed his whole tone on the Stephen A. Smith show.
He had to.
Paul Jones, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, LeBron isn't setting his kid up for disaster. He has set his son up for disaster.
Yeah.
It is what it is. He does not care about. I'm gonna tell y'all this. He don't care about that boy, man. If that boy cannot be used to further his legacy, he doesn't care about him. Same thing, Ray doesn't care about his son. That's why he's walking around his daughter right now. That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. These men don't care nothing about their children like that. And people need to wake up. Stop worshiping these idiots and these monsters, man, in the entertainment industry, this demonic entertainment industry. That's all it is, man. You're trying to push that boy into the league to bolster your own career. You're a selfish prick, and it needed to be said. And if I was Steve, I would have stood on what's LeBron gonna do?
Okay.
Dribbling the ball suddenly translates into this? What's LeBron gonna do? When you ever seen LeBron whip somebody behind, man? In 21 years, who is LeBron? Who's had LeBron and gone upside?
Now Isaiah Stewart.
So
keep that same energy with Isaiah Stewart. You scared Isaiah Stewart. Now you want to go attack a 60-year-old man? Get out here.
Look, I'm glad he said what he said. If it was me, I'd have doubled down on it. Your son is whack, and so what?
Yeah. So what? What you gonna do?
I mean, they're both in that area. Yeah.
On the team. Oh, what was his name?
No, I'm done. That's me. That's it.
And you know what's funny is, hey, I'm sure Stephen A. Smith has plenty of money. He would have, something would have happened. ESPN's come in and says, "Do we need to have a conversation?" No, we don't. I said exactly what I said, and I'm gonna. And if you don't like it, then I'm just. I mean, I can leave, and I've got money and investments. I'm good.
He making ESPN too much money for them to say fuck him over LeBron.
Yeah, they just resigned to a huge deal.
Yeah.
So you either got to fire him and breach him. So unless he has got to breach a contract in there, like something that says, like, I cannot talk about LeBron James, like that, Other than that, like, I mean, how else are you going to do it? He'd have to step out of line in terms of, like, he'd have to say something like really off base, something like borderline, like the FCC would say something, Otherwise,
LeBron just feels that he's the FCC, man. At the end of the day, if we're talking about logistics with the network, Stephen A. is the hub of their ratings, not LeBron. Right. Contrary to the belief, Stephen A. is the hub of all. That's the backbone. Stephen A. is nigh untouchable as any employee in the world.
Yeah.
They kept him over Skip.
Huh?
They kept him over Skip.
Yeah, no choice. If they make the money like that,
he got resigned because he got to go. He got to go Nugget, and that was Shannon. So you can't let him go.
Can't let him go.
If Stephen A. Smith wasn't bringing in the ratings, he definitely wouldn't have got a contract that good.
True.
I mean,
the ball will be fit behind Dominique. He played the amen. Yeah, amen as well, brother. That dude, man. Skip that dude.
You can take Stephen A. Smith for what he is and what he isn't. You know what I'm saying? I think things that piss people off too. I mean, he's an analyst. That's his job. So at the end of the day, that's what he's got to fall back on. Your job is to be analytical of people. If you think somebody's trash, Stephen A. Smith is not somebody to be. He'll say you're trash.
If you say something as a man, you got to stand on it.
That's what I'm saying. Period.
Yeah.
But is
I'm
he?
not
pisses
But
me
is
off.
he? Is he lying though? I'm not thinking. Is he
I'm not
lying?
gonna make excuses for what I said because he
Man,
know.
that's
He just
fucking a
said on what he said.
6'8", fucking 62, 70-pound man standing in your
It
face.
don't matter, bro.
It doesn't
Bandit, what are
matter.
you, like 5'8",
What is he going to do?
130, bro?
If he,
What
if
is he going to do?
bro, it would have been a wrap.
If he
Like I said, who's behind? Have you ever seen LeBron whoop? Number one. Number two, what are you going to do? Put your hands on a senior citizen brother and get sued? Like what are you going to do? That was all theatrics and for show.
Yeah.
LeBalco knew he was talking to somebody who was going to fold. Nah, that's just it.
I said Balco. I know
That's
what
just
you
it,
doing,
man.
is.
Steve, I'm gonna tell you this right now. LeBron wouldn't have came up and talked to no real brother like that.
No.
You didn't already got punked. You didn't already got punked by a YN, LeBron. We saw it on national television.
Yeah. Stu was ready to get on him. And you didn't attack him like that.
Hey, man.
He just stood at mid-court with the coaches and everything when Stewart was coming down.
Man, he was going back to the other side of the court.
What
you gonna do?
Yeah. No.
He didn't want none of that smoke.
No,
No,
he
man.
didn't.
He ain't no fighter, man. I used to trip me out, brother.
Yeah, and Jalen Brown. Jalen Brown was talking about his son too. You ain't attack Jalen Brown?
No, Jalen, you ain't gonna do it. See, look, my boy Cliff, man. I remember my boy Cliff. We had a brother on our team named Jamari. Now, Jamari was cold, but you see, Jamari could get out. He could get out of pocket when guys weren't playing well. And don't get me wrong, there's an aspect of leadership in that. You should say something, man. But Jamari told my boy Cliff, "Go, man, dude, you up
That was a good one. That's a good one.
LeBron Will Smith, bro.
Keep my son's name out your mouth.
Hey, but look, you're right. That was both of them were scripted. Like I said, my boy Jamari yelled at my boy Cliff. And Cliff was like, "Brad, look, let me tell you something. I'm pretty sure I can't beat you in basketball. I guarantee you can't beat me in a fight." I'm telling you, it is what it is. Stick to your lane, man. You play ball. Go play ball. Go sneak them little Moldovan girls into your hotel room and pretend like you ain't cheating on your wife. Keep telling your son lies and make your money and be happy, brother.
Yeah, I don't like. He ain't help me with my hair.
Yeah.
That was one way of the show. All right, before we get out of here, though, we got a couple promotions. You know how I do. You got to get it going. Starting with on Tuesdays, we got the NFL off-season show. Make sure y'all come catch me, Papa.
That's cool.
Jamal, everybody over there. Tuesday, 8 p.m., we'll do that one. And on Wednesdays, 10 o'clock, we got LFR with Sky and Tori. Make sure y'all come check them out on Tuesday. Try to get the draft show. Probably wrong year, but trying to get the draft show pop back up. Back doing that on Sunday. Hey, I'm working on that. 8 days going on, but I'm trying to do it. But before we head out, be Skrilla. Let them know where they can find you at and let them know about your show. You know how we do it. Always with the promotions over here.
So I got a 1 hour show on Huddle Sports Network. One ass cheek, three toes. You know what it's about. You know what that comes from. And we talk about Detroit sports with a little dash of national sports in there. We'll be hitting up on the free agency of the Lions and trades and stuff like that with the NFL. We'll also be talking NBA playoffs positioning, NHL playoff positioning, and a little bit of Major League Baseball before the regular season starts. You can catch us on One Ass Cheek, Three Toes. Just look it up. It's spelled 3 out, though. And it's on Instagram, YouTube, X, and TikTok.
It sounds like you might find it on Pornhub, too. I ain't going to lie.
I wasn't going to say nothing, but
whatever you want to do, man.
The Ohio guys have no tact.
Yeah, they do.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming on, man. You feel me? Like, y'all have known me and Beach Killer. I worked over each other in the past, man. You're always good if we have some people.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you. I do. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I told you I was gonna get you out of here on a decent time. We both gotta get up early in the morning, man.
Yes, sir.
You had me on the bus. Like, start the show. Start the show. It's time to go. Start the show.
Look, you can find me on D313XP Live. We go live at least 4 times a week. We go live Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all come check us out. Me, my boy Drew. Hey, hopefully my boy DaeDae down low will join us. If he ain't got to work,
Yeah, I've been working a whole lot, bro.
Oh, you got that new job though, didn't you, dog?
Yeah.
See that? So let me hold something then, man.
Oh shit, I ain't even got nothing to hold yet. I ain't even got my first paycheck yet. Yeah, they hold the, you know how that is. They hold the first paycheck.
He said my debit card didn't arrive in the mail yet, bro. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
We just glad this man ain't been running the streets and he came on the show. Uncle Drew, man, let him know where they can find you at, man.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in the streets, but you know how that is. But you can catch me on Facebook, Andrew Love, and then you can catch me on my YouTube, which is Drew Dollar Sports Channel, and me and Ed on the SP313.
Yo, Pawpaw. Always
Yeah,
good when it happens here, man.
you can find me on X at Crazy Hockey Fan. You can also find me on Instagram at One Nation Pride _24. And you can find me on at 9 p.m. on Thursdays on Just Winging It.
And then there's this guy.
Don't even get him sound. Okay, there you go. I was gonna say.
Wait. Is that a new crib, bro?
No, I'm in my living room.
No, that's a new crib. Look, they trying to hide out that bread, man. You got that long
Nah, my regular
Yeah, right. that lion picture cost $1,300.
Shit, free, bro. What? Free.
He said 1,300.
Picture, $25 couch, bro. We chilling.
Let them know where they can find you at, DaeDae.
Right here, man. Probably right here. That's it. Yeah, probably right here. Fridays, and then hopefully we get this draft show started.
You see it right here.
Right here, man. I'll be right here.
Right here, man.
That was a good one.
They take food. I'll be right here, man. Fuck that.
Oh, look. It's funny because he thought about it for a second. Like, you probably right here. Then took a hit. Yeah, right here.
I'm right here about to put in the work. Let them know what happens when they get to the 500 subscriber mark.
Oh, come on, man. Why I got to do that, man?
Wow.
When we get to 500 subscribers, we're gonna give away a free jersey of your choice from any of the Detroit sports teams: the Red Wings, Tigers, Pistons, Lions. No other state, no other college, no nothing. We ain't gonna do Michigan or Michigan State, none of that. Because I'm not pitching in for a Michigan thing, and no, we ain't doing that.
Oh, why not?
No, we ain't doing that. Don't expect to get my share.
Okay.
But not for real. When we get to 500, we'll select a random subscriber, and we'll let you pick your jersey, whatever you want, and we'll buy it and we'll ship it to you.
All right, man. Y'all know who I am. I'm Bandit, man. I appreciate all y'all coming on, man. For sure, man. Appreciate 312 people watching, man. If y'all do us a favor, man, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube and follow us on X. You feel me? Subscribe to everybody's podcast here, man. And with that said, man, 37th episode. Damn, it's 30. I didn't think we was going to get this long when we first started, bro. 37?
Bro, it's the only show that runs consistently, really. Besides the hockey show.
37.
Even when the hockey show wasn't going and LFR wasn't going, we were still going. What Up Though was still going.
Right here. Right here. But yeah, with that said, man, please hit that subscribe button. With that said, man, we out.